right? In that conception of that which you reject, why do you think it must reject you? In the conception.
Rob, I'm gonna say it again.
Yes.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't compute. I'm sorry.
Yes, it
You're
does.
asking, no, Rob,
No,
you're asking an impossibility, right,
no, we're
Rob?
not.
Yes, Rob.
Not it's not impossible. Right. Can you
Rob.
conceive of a being that created everything?
Rob, you're asking an impossibility.
Answer.
Rob,
No. Well, therefore, by
Rob,
your will, it is impossible. Done. But it's by your will, not by mine, not by any applied objective truth.
mm,
You're saying by your will, it is impossible for you to conceive of God.
Rob, okay, so listen, the mere fact
I am.
it's an impossibility defeats you trying to prove it to me in some shape or form. And
No, no, I
in
gave you
my
all
understanding,
the
you're using
opportunity.
a sort of reverse psychology thing, and that does not
It's
work
not.
either.
It's called Hegelianism, but like it's not reverse psychology. It's called dialectical thinking.
Okay, sure.
In that you have a position which opposes that, right? In that is reified in that relationship, it is, right? If you are that which opposes against, then that against must exist, even
But
if it doesn't
the funny,
exist in your
okay,
actuality.
the problem is it's not. I'm not against anything, Rob. The mere fact that you would
But
make the assumption that I have some kind of ego,
you are
it,
against anything because you're an individual. In the fact that you are an individual, you are not that which you are not because you are that which you are. Now, this doesn't mean an emotional oh, I hate the sofa. Right? You might love the sofa, but you are not the sofa, right? You
yes,
can
sure,
accept that which is not you,
sure,
right? But that
okay.
does not make it a contradiction which obliterates. Right? Okay, so fine. So when we talk about God, right, you do have a concept of it. And the
No,
fact that you have a concept of
Rob,
it does not
Rob,
mean that you believe in it.
can
Like you don't
Rob,
believe in Santa Claus,
you
right?
Rob, this is the thing you're doing, right? You're asking me to think of a brand new color that no one's ever seen, nor myself. You're asking me to do that.
No, no,
Yes, you
no, I'm
are.
not. No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
You would
In
like
my
it to
perception
be
of what you
true that I am, but it is not so.
it's
I
true
am
that
not
you are, but
asking
it's not
you
so.
to
How does that even
imagine
make any sense, Rob, in your brain?
squirrely the color. Right, if I'm asking you, can you imagine squirrely as a color? And you can say no, because I haven't presented you a color which is, right? But if you say, if I go, can you imagine the color white? And you go, no, I don't believe in white. And you're like, right.
You're using a reference in for me to understand what white is. And then when you ask about the squirrely color,
Right.
that's what
Can
you're
you
asking me to
understand
do.
that the universe is totally the universe?
No.
Can you conceive? You can't conceive that that which is in total
No,
the
because
universe is in
I
fact
don't understand the vastness of the universe to understand what you
right.
just
But in
asked.
that you don't understand the vastness of the universe, do you understand in the subject universe it is what it is in total?
No.
Right. Well, here we've got to the
The
problem
word
in
that you're
your
using for
mental
universe
development.
is a very vague comprehension of what the universe is.
Okay,
And
that's very.
the human
If
under
I say the whole of humanity, can you understand that it incorporates all humans that have ever been and will be?
Yeah, of course.
Right. Well, it's the same as universe. It's the same as God.
No, no.
Well, you don't know every. No, you don't know every human being that's been. So can
Okay.
you say that they were human? Yes. Yes, you can. You can say they were human.
So you're falling
And in
back
the fact
at
that you can't conceptualize the
listen,
whole of the
okay,
universe,
listen.
you can accept that the whole of the universe is
All
the
right,
whole of the
okay.
universe.
So here's the thing, okay? When you want to
Yeah.
talk about the entirety of humanity, I'll be as simple as possible. You
Which
want
you
to talk,
can conceive easily,
which you can
as you admitted.
conceive, yeah, because you have
You can
reference
conceive.
points. Listen, you have reference
Right.
points for humanity in how it develops and all the stages of
It's not even a
evolution.
reference point, is it? It's a total conception of the category.
Oh my goodness. Okay, all of that you can reference off via your own understanding and comprehension and education that you've developed. The universe
And
is the
accept that it
same.
exists without your individual
The
conception of
universe,
it.
the universe itself can be understood via our understanding of the solar system, the closest stars to us, and all this kind of stuff, how planets develop, and all this kind of stuff. A comprehension of
Right.
the vastness of empty space, which is not something
So it's
it's
all
easily.
that we cannot understand of the universe, but
Listen,
is
you're
of
cutting
the
me off
universe
before I
beyond our
finish.
understanding.
Listen,
Yeah, but I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to pin you down because you're
you're
running away.
not. You're not going to be able to pin me down because
No, no.
I'm trying to
I
explain.
need to pin you down
No, you can't because
because
I'm
you're
trying to
running away.
explain. Listen, the mere fact that we have an understanding of what the space and the solar system is, we don't have an exact understanding of the space in between space, right? So the distance
Mhm.
from, I guess, Earth to the sun, we have a vague understanding it's 2 whatever million kilometers or whatever. I don't remember the exact number at the moment.
Yeah,
But
fine.
there
It's a
is no way
distance.
for you to literally comprehend that vastness of space,
Right, but this
right?
is where we go.
This,
Do I know the distance to the sun? No. Do I know there is a distance to the sun? Yes. Why? Because I know I am and the sun is, and therefore there must be a distance. I know I am in the universe. Do you know everything
you,
that's in the universe? No. But is the universe that which it is?
oh my
Yes.
goodness. Okay. All I'm
It's
saying
easy.
is, just
So,
using your own simple comprehension of it, which I'm gonna somewhat agree with, except for the whole entire in and itself and all that kind of shit. Listen, the mere fact that there is an understanding of distance, but yet not the precise understanding of this distance, makes it very difficult to understand the vastness of space. So we have a very basic and generalized understanding of the universe, right?
mhm.
Right? Yes or
Well,
no?
you have an understanding of miles, right? Now
Yeah.
that context makes very good sense when it's 3 miles to the next village. I walk 15, it takes me 15 minutes or whatever it is, or half an hour to walk there, you know?
Yes, this
But
because
when you
they
go to the sun and you go, it's X million miles, even then, within the context of your measurement, it's making it struggling. So you go, well, how long does it take in the measurement of light speed? It takes 8 minutes. Right, and how far does it take to get to the nearest star? 12 years. Right. Well, now I, within the individual, have a relativistic, reasonable, sensible understanding of relationship between objects.
you okay.
Right?
Just because you understand it takes 1 light year for light to travel the distance, right? You understand that, right?
Well, I understand 8 minutes
Yeah, you understand 8 minutes, right? But for it to travel the distance,
is the time it gets for light to travel between the sun and the earth.
yes, I know this, but this is what I'm trying to say.
I
Like you,
understand that more reasonably, more sensibly than I understand 12 million miles.
okay, yeah. So all I'm saying is,
Because I cannot experience traveling 12 million miles. There is nothing on this earth, right, that can make me really experience 12 million miles. Right? I can go around the world X amount of times, but then I'm just understanding it as X amount of times around the world. I'm not really understanding what it's like to travel in a single direction between point A and point B,
okay,
right?
all right,
For
all
12
right.
million miles. But if you say between point A and point B, it takes like 8 minutes to travel, you suddenly have a sensible
You
understanding, right,
okay?
of the
Now,
relationship.
now,
Right.
now, now, if you want to talk about the vastness of the universe, it's almost
Yeah.
non-comprehensible, right? right?
Hmm.
So if that is the
Absolutely accepted.
now yet again we're saying we're going off of our relative understanding of how things work within the solar system and time and space and distance and all this kind of shit. Now for you to try and tell me that there's a thing that is outside of time, space, and everything, and is the creator of everything, and capable of doing everything, and yet is unable to
Mhm.
do anything. It's idiotic. It's literally asking me to picture a brand new
Ah,
color like squirrely.
no,
I'm sorry.
you just said a god. Yeah, yeah. Well,
A
this is
thing.
a
I never
really
said a
important.
god.
This is not a small one. This is a big one, Bad Star, and it's very good that you
What?
point out of your own awareness, experience of the
You.
fact, right?
Okay,
That it
sure.
is
Go ahead.
very,
Hmm.
yeah, that it is very difficult, right,
Hmm.
to accept that which is all knowing, all powerful, right, all present and all good, which
Okay.
allows for that which is not.
So
It is
then
a
we
tough
will be at the impasse that it is impossible for anything that you would say to sway me.
one. Mhm.
All right? We're going to say it's an impossibility. Maybe in a parallel universe it's possible.
Well, you
But
can present it as an impossibility, but that's only a conception. If I go, that which is all good creates that which it is not.
listen,
Is that which it creates all good if it is not
listen.
of itself?
You are
No,
human.
go with me here.
No,
No,
no.
this bad star. You're trying to put in that which you cannot escape. Now you
No.
can put yourself into your own Plato cave. That is fine,
Listen.
right?
Listen. You're human.
I am listening.
You are human, right?
We are human. Yes.
You are human, right?
We are human. Yes.
So if you are telling me you can grasp
We.
the concept of this thing, then I would
We.
like you to do me the solid of
Yes.
literally
We have done it.
telling me exactly what I
Yes.
asked.
I already told you, in that you can reject the idea of God, you do have the
Listen,
conception of God, but you say no. And I
all the
go,
things you are
no,
saying are super vague, and
no,
it
they're
is
not.
absolute.
Do you have a
Listen,
conception of God which you reject? Yes, you do. You have a conception of God which
no,
is all powerful, all knowing,
no.
all present, and all good, which cannot
Listen,
be because the existence that you exist in is not all powerful, all knowing, and all good and all present. But this is your
but yet you are
misconception
capable of.
because we're
It's.
already applying that which is God, which is trans space and time,
I'm.
ergo
I'm.
not of his creation, but yes, he did create it.
Okay, then how about this? I am going to give you one final test. How about this, okay? Right now, in this
Is this like
moment.
a final test that like we're not going to speak after this,
No, no,
or is
no,
this
no,
just a
no. This is
final
fine. We can
test?
talk after this. I don't care. But I would like for you to do this, okay? Give me the answer I'm looking for right now. It's in my head, and I'm looking for the answer right now. You have to have some capability of communicating and knowing the answer coming from whatever that thing is. Because unless you're trying to say that I am capable of resisting and pushing out this thing, preventing it from reading and understanding me, then you're going to
Hmm.
fail. So, what is it? Can I do this? Am I more powerful than this thing that you speak of? Or is it capable of really giving me the answer I'm looking
If
for
you
right
can
now?
choose to answer the question, why do you think God cannot love you? We can enter into that space, which that truth can be revealed,
Listen,
which you are seeking.
listen, you are asking an impossibility.
No, I am not. It is only you that are making it impossible, therefore proving the
No,
absolute nature of your free will.
no.
Well, prove me wrong.
Reverse psychology doesn't work on me. So yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, but you
It's not
failed.
reverse psychology. It is the subjective object relationship of which you're asking to interact with.
Can you give me an answer to my question or not?
Yes,
Give it to me.
You can
I can what?
understand him.
It, that what? Do you assume that is my
That was your question. How can I understand a conception of God? I'm saying yes, you can.
Whew.
Is that
Okay.
not the question you were asking? Have I got it wrong? No, correct me. Sorry.
This was fun, Rob. This is definitely fun.
No, I really like you. Like LSF really digs his heels in. You are naturally showing that which you're refusing to do or are capable, which is not. There's nothing bad about that.
I don't
So
know.
yeah, this is progressive conversation. Truly, even if it feels like you're running in sand, this is actually moving forward.
Oh, oops, my headset muted itself. I have to apologize, man. I think you failed.
Well, that's fine. Of course, that's only from in your position, right? You've gone. I think you have failed, right? And so that is absolutely true. Within your perception, right? Within your experience, I have failed, right? That's 100% true, right?
Sure.
Right. But that's not the problem.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah, anything. Yeah.
Rob, when you go to sleep, do you tell
Yeah.
yourself stuff before going to bed?
Yeah.
What do you tell yourself?
Um, general themes.
Like what? I don't want
Like
I don't want to hear about the God
I
stuff.
like to tell
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I like to tell myself like that I'm an idiot. Like I like to tell myself that whatever it is, right? And I like to work off that. So when I go, you're nothing like what you'd like to be, right? And I'm like, I know. And it's like, but it's nice how people reveal in you what it is that you'd like to be. I know. And it's like, don't you want to be that which is revealed from without you to be true? And I'm like, more than anything. Like, wouldn't you like that more than what you would like to be yourself? And it's like, yes. It's like,
But
it's those things, right?
Rob,
You know?
it sounds like
Yeah.
you're longing, yearning for self-improvement. But self-improvement can come without the idea
No,
of a
not
God.
self improvement. No, no,
Rob.
no, no. It's worse than that. No, honestly, I'm going with you, but it's worse than that.
Okay, what
It
is it?
is absolutely looking for external justification.
Oh, Rob.
But I find it.
Rob,
But I find it.
but where do you
In
find it?
fact, I find it in other people. But what I've found with discovering God and the truth of God, that I
Huh?
find that I'm able to access that justification which is revealed externally of me through other people and through God, although that's the testy one, right?
Okay.
But what I have found, and this is beautiful within me, right? This is not me going, so you have to
Mm-hmm.
understand this, you have to believe this,
Mm-hmm.
right? I have found in discovering God, right? And this was just great for me, that I really truly had to love that which was hated by others in me. And sorry, I had to learn to, yeah, love that which was truly hated from others that I thought was good. And I had to learn to love that which was hated by people that I thought was bad. For me personally, it was a complete, absolute inversion of what I wanted to be true and accepting the truth as it was. And in that, I found my justification.
Okay.
So that's not going to go, All right, that makes perfect sense to me, but maybe. But yeah,
Okay.
it was a complete reversal. And in that acceptance of that complete reversal, I really did let go of myself in a foundational way, in a way that I was always scared of. I thought if I gave that up, I would lose myself. But it was the opposite. When I gave up that, I was given myself to love. It was just amazing.
Rob,
I don't know. Yeah,
Rob, do you think you
yeah.
might have gone through a midlife crisis?
Oh, of course. And a midlife crisis is a very natural thing to do. It's not something to be ashamed of.
No, no, no.
It's a
I'm not trying to.
horrible.
I'm not trying to shame
Yeah,
you. I'm saying like, do you think
yeah.
this is what led you to this?
Well, probably what led it to this was the death of my partner um, in a in a significant way. That made me. It was interesting, right? Like when I was going through it, right? She got cancer, right? And everyone was like, "Rob, you're doing amazing. Oh, you're doing such a good job," right? But I knew they were wrong, right? I knew what was going on inside me. I was looking after her. I was dealing with the doctors, dealing with the medication, trying to, supposedly I was doing great, right? But the only reason I could do that was because I'd accepted something which was outside my will. Like my dad and other people going, "Rob, why are you doing this?" Like, I just thought, anyone else would just give up. Like anyone else would let other people, like all these things, right? And so I suddenly realized that my worldview, what I thought was my rock, really wasn't, right? And what really transcended it was love, right?
Mm-hmm.
That which I was doing, right? Which was not of myself and didn't even make sense to other people. And even in the doing it, they were saying that I was doing great, even though I knew I was doing terribly, right?
Okay.
Meant that I was suddenly able to see a truth far greater than I could understand. Like, what is it? What is it that I? What is it that would drive me to do that which was causing me unbearable suffering and didn't seem in any real way, right? Because we couldn't save her, right?
Mhm.
She was like, it wasn't gonna happen, right?
Yeah,
But
it
I
was terminal.
couldn't stop it. Yeah, it's terminal, like big way, right? And so you're going, this is amazing because people are looking at this reflection, which I'm going, I am doing this without any of my like will. Like I don't want to do this, but I cannot do it. I cannot not do it, right? And it was that experience, right, where I'm going, what was that? What was that? That even after I was completely wrecked, right? I lost a lot of friends after because they thought because I was doing so well and doing great within it, right, that I was doing good, but it wasn't. It was the opposite. I was falling apart inside, and yet I was still able to do all this which was necessary. And so after when when after she died, right, and I was then trying to deal with myself, right, in the same way, but I couldn't. Why? Because I didn't actually love myself. And so when my friends were trying to have a relationship with me when I was dealing with the after effects, they couldn't. And in fact, many of them rejected me, or in fact thought that what they knew me as before wasn't me. So these are very deep, impactful ways. But that certainly got me because I had to hold on to my own truth, right? I had to understand that I didn't actually deal with that very well at all, and I understand why. They couldn't understand why, and I had to let them reject me. I had to accept that that my worldview, my post that experience was just false. It wasn't based on anything, right? But that which I actually did, which was against myself, was actually good, right? But the fact that it wasn't me right?
Mhm.
But it was that which I had acquired through her, through our relationship, something like that. Was that which led me to the goodness? So it was a real back door, right? Like really knocked me out of my nihilistic, materialist, solipsist, very insufficient worldview, right? But there's more to it than that. But if I had to bring it down to something that really catalyzed the change, yeah, it was something like that. So, you could say, is it a midlife crisis? You'd be like, yeah. But in a midlife crisis, I think we come against that which we absolutely cannot change, no matter where we run within our mind, right? It's that absolute truth, isn't it? When you get to a certain point in your age where you might have expected certain things to come about, in the fact that you're going on a line and you assume things will come out, and they don't, and you're like, well, what's going on here? Was I lied to? Am I lying to myself? Is this world that I believe to be true a lie? you know so that would be a midlife crisis for sure. But certainly, what we're really talking about is a crisis, and certainly a good crisis will move you out of what no one could move you out of.
Hmm. Okay, well said, well put.
No.
Yeah. I
And
I think that was a very good way for me to understand how your brain works.
there we go. So there you go. That's one way. But yeah, so when you're going, I'm experiencing someone else's truth, which is not true to me, and all of this sort of thing. You go, yeah, that's absolutely right. But what it is that will eventually move you, sorry, that sounded in the singular. When you accept that those things that move you have meaning outside of your understanding of that meaning in the moment, but in the future, when you look back upon it, you can see the true truth. That's where we're going to you. When you're going, I'm asking you something, and you're not revealing something, right? It's because in this moment, we cannot bring about that crisis which moves you to at least experience it outside of yourself, you know?
Hmm.
And when you get those experiences which truly allow you to experience that which you truly know is outside of yourself, well, it's life changing.
Okay, very good. I'm probably gonna end the episode now.
Okay.
Is that okay with
It's
you?
been
I,
well, God.
I
Did we
found.
do 3 hours? Did we do 3 hours instead of two? He's like, we're not going to do two. You're like, oh, we're going to do
I think
three
we
then.
did two again.
Oh, well,
But yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, yeah. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this, and we will have Rob again sometime in the future.